I'm Mike Barrell. I'm with Carl Tidine. We're at the Broadband World Congress in Paris. And Carl, you have a major announcement that I'd really like to hear about.
Yeah, that's true. So we're announcing at the show here our win on with the ESB Telecoms of Ireland, supporting a major mobile operator in the country to build out fiber to base stations and then provide high capacity to that. So we are announcing the win of that win together with ESB.
Okay, and can you tell me why they chose your solution over choosing microwave backhaul?
I think this is just the proof of a major change in the industry, while all the mobile data coming out of the next generation base stations is just not cost efficient to transport over microwave. So basically this is the first step for them and for many other operators to start using fiber and ultimately get away from the bottleneck that today backhauling is it used to be the radio interface, now it's the backhauling. So I think that's the reason that they see cost advantages going forward.
And why choose you versus another solution in your space?
Well, you know, talking about cost and how we do things, fiber is obviously our home turf, and this is basically our system has always been built around very scalable solutions. And initially at the base station you need a scalable, low cost but still very high quality transport since it's both mobile and voice data coming backwards. So that's what we've been focusing on, and I think we proved to ESB that we were the right choice.
Can you give me a little bit more detail on the ESB win and what it encompasses and its scale of?
Yeah, so basically what we're doing there, we're using the installed base that we have with ESB in Ireland with our Metro WM equipment, and in the same chassis we slot in our new Ethernet transponder boards to aggregate traffic. We also have Ethernet cards in the smaller chassis at the base stations, and using that technology they basically use of their installed base whilst they can leverage and go also supporting the layer 2 functions coming out of the base station. So it's basically a totally brand new product lineup that is using installed base, which gives huge cost advantages.
Now, you have over 250 customers around the globe. What other solutions are you providing to these customers apart from this one that you've outlined?
Yeah, so traditionally we have done a lot of 1 gig, 2.5 and 10 gig transport services. A lot of that been for wholesale operators to provide backhauling of DSLAM traffic, for providing enterprise solutions to their enterprise customers. We've also been nationwide optical networks or transport networks, transport a variety of different data solutions. So, and we also do supporting everything down to banks, interconnecting data centers and so on. So it's a wide variety of customers and solutions that want basically very reliable, high capacity transport solutions.
In the telecom space, I know you've done some very interesting things with Telenor. Could you expand on that for me?
Yeah, so Telenor has been a very good customer. We signed them up in 2005, started to build out the backhauling of DSL fixed traffic. And we now moved up, and we announced that a couple of months back with building out the larger metro core rings in Norway to aggregate even more traffic from the different regions in Norway, both fixed and mobile. So we really, with them, proven that we can scale all the way from the aggregation up to the metro core networks, from CWM to DWM. So it's really a good customer of ours, and we support them all through Nordics, including Hungary, actually.
And you've got a good global spread of customers now. What are you doing in Asia specifically?
So in Asia, we started to build a team a couple of years back, and we have also announced a partnership with NEC some 18 months back. That is now giving us a lot of leverage in the market. We have announced during the last 12 months a customer called Taiwan Fixed Network in Taiwan, and also Fiber Rail in Malaysia, where we provide basically high capacity transport solutions. And we are now moving together with NEC into new territories in that region.
You've grown this company very successfully in the last few years. Can you tell me a few of the secrets of the success and give me a few metrics around the company?
Okay, so transport has grown. We were sort of created in early 2000, and we'll do this year. We'll post some more than $100 million in revenue with very solid profitability. And I think the reason we are doing very good is that we have kept focus on both our cost, the setup of the company in combination with a high innovation and focusing on the customer needs. So we have a wide variety of customers, as I explained. And I think that is what you need to have in this industry. You can't depend on one or two customers. You need to spread your your risks and get different inputs to drive your development.
Where are you going from here? What are your challenges going forward?
So I think our challenge is obviously to stay competitive, because it's a very competitive environment, and succeed with our international growth. So we have this year grown phenomenally in the US market, growing in our home market in Europe, and we are now set to grow also in Asia. And I think that the geographical expansion is very, very important to us.
With the growth you've got, how are you managing the customer base and the expectations?
Well, what we're doing here is trying to keep it tight. So we keep a lot of our basic support back in Sweden. The good thing with that is that they will then be very close to our development, so we can always answer questions and solve problems very, very quickly. That's been how we have been doing it, and then we are generating a lot of good customer feedback on that. In parallel with that, we need to put people on the ground in the different regions that can actually help them on site with the installations, with demos and so on, and that is what we're scaling going into next year.
Thanks very much for taking the time, Carl. Very good luck with the rest of the show, and good luck with the business.
Thank you very much, and thanks for coming.
Pleasure.